So you're losing yourself in past and future, and you're carrying the burden in your mind of past and future, missing the opportunity of the present moment because it's not interesting enough, says the mind. So that's good. Practice, and you may find, if you come into such an alignment with the present moment, you feel more alive even within the routine activities. There is then an added dimension of aliveness that comes in, and you perform even the routine activities with a greater sense of aliveness. And it is often then that change comes into your life when you align with the present moment instead of trying to get away from it. Internally align yourself with it so that any kind of no to the present moment dissolves in an inner no. And so you're so aligned that actually power begins to flow through. That's why I call that the power of now. It's the power of life itself. Begins to flow through you. Then at first it flows into your routine activities, and the way in which you relate to your colleagues at work becomes more present, different, somewhat different. Some people may notice it, others may not. And so, and gradually the universe or life notices that you are in a different state of consciousness. And often it is then that change comes into your life, either through a chance event, or a chance encounter, or a sudden idea or realization that comes into your head one morning, in whatever form it comes, or some drastic thing, like suddenly your company goes bust, the company that you worked for so long, suddenly they close down, everybody loses their job. Wow, you're free. But you were free already, because internally you already became free. So in what way change comes into your life, we don't know. It is much more likely to come in, but you no longer depend on external change for your inner state. That's the main thing, that you don't depend on it anymore. You're already, and even if nothing else came into your life, you would continue practice until your last breath, and your last breath would be a conscious breath. And you would have fulfilled your purpose on this planet, in this form, which is to be a vehicle for consciousness, to come into this world. So, you don't need to depend, you don't depend on anything. Change is more likely to come, yes, but the presence practice is not a means to an end. You're not practicing, you say, okay, I'll practice, but if nothing happens within 6 weeks, I'll stop practicing. So to all of you who are bored at work, there may be quite a few, make it into a spiritual practice, a consciousness practice. Bored at work also means you're not particularly challenged at work. And in the absence of life challenges, there's always the danger that you fall below thought and you come into a routine where what you think it's acceptance, but you're really falling below thought, and you go to work and there's a decrease in your sense of alertness and aliveness, and you become dull, and you go. And sometimes you see people who've been working in the same place for a long time. They have not. That's not surrender or presence. They've just gone below thought, not risen above.